Be my own bank. Why would anybody want to do that?
Why? Well, it's very simple, because we're cutting in on his business, that's why.
There are a lot of reasons, but ultimately it boils down to freedom.
The prisoner wishes to say a word.
In this video, I'll explain the concept of decentralized finance and 5 strategies you can use to be your own bank and manage your digital assets
like a boss.
In traditional finance, a central authority, a bank, controls your funds and access to financial services like saving, investing, borrowing, and lending. You can send and receive money, and that may take a few or several days, and you pay the bank fees for these services.
I'd like to cash this check here, and then I'd like to take you out for a steak dinner.
You do have access to a customer service team, however, if you get locked out of your online account or you see a shady transaction on your statement, there's somebody to call to get it worked out. That's not necessarily the case in DeFi. To this point in our economy, having access to these financial services and good credit is the keystone for social credibility and mobility. Without good credit, you'd be hard-pressed to buy a home, a car, or even rent an apartment. But hey, big banks have a solid reputation for always looking out for the little guy, right?
You know, that's just like your opinion, man.
Decentralized finance is just like it sounds. Financial services offered in a decentralized marketplace. We're talking P2P, peer-to-peer, baby. Decentralized means it's not owned or governed by one entity. It's owned by the users. Instead of bankers behind the scenes,
we do have in our midst a user.
In DeFi, smart contracts automate transactions secured on a blockchain, and the ledger is transparent and can never be changed.
Show me the money!
DeFi means no one is preventing you from accessing financial services. Using them is cheaper and faster than ever before, and you are the keeper and controller of your funds. It's your responsibility to keep your stack safe and to know where to put it so that it can work for you and grow.
I want you to go in that bag and find my wallet.
DeFi exists to give the power back to the people. Its mission is to provide a permissionless space where anyone can participate in an economy governed by the users. So let's say you've hopped on an exchange and traded some of your fiat currency for crypto. Here are 5 strategies you can use to manage your assets
like a boss.
Holding. Buy and hold. Crypto investors may buy tokens and just hold on to them because they are bullish on a project. Bullish means you're really optimistic about a project. You think the price and the potential for gains is really high. The numbers are going up. Keep your tokens in your wallet for a rainy day when they're worth more than you started with. Trading. Trading is when you buy and sell cryptocurrency in a shorter turnaround, ideally at a profit. And there's a lot of risk and research involved in trading. For every user who has a big bag, there are about 10 more who lost it all. Staking. There are a few mechanisms of consensus that help secure a blockchain, but the 2 primary ones are proof of work and proof of stake. Bitcoin uses proof of work to provide consensus through computation power. Miners, as they're called, work to solve these complex math problems that essentially secure the network. Ethereum is transitioning to a proof of stake model, which essentially just asks people to put up a large sum of money to hold in a smart contract while they validate the network. So basically, they validate to make sure that every transaction on the blockchain is true and accurate, and having those funds locked in that smart contract is like the incentive for them to act with integrity. So if they do something that's fraudulent, those funds are slashed and they lose them.
You chose poorly.
But if they continue to validate the network with integrity, they receive rewards. Now, that usually requires a lot of money because they want to have a lot of skin in the game to keep those people honest. But there are protocols that will allow people to pool funds together in a staking pool. So even if I don't have 32 ETH to stake. I can put in 1 ETH into a pool, and that helps to secure the network, and I can earn rewards off of that. Yield farming. Yield farming is when you provide funds, liquidity, money, to a pool to facilitate transactions. So basically, you put money into a pool, and so people can use that to buy, sell, trade, and you receive rewards from the transaction fees of those transactions as a reward for giving your money to the pool. Borrowing and lending. Borrowing and lending in DeFi works very similarly to traditional finance. Basically, a borrower puts up collateral and requests to take out a loan. A lender puts money into a smart contract, a lending pool. They're able to borrow that money and do with it what they need, but they are required to pay it back with interest or they lose their collateral. Lenders receive the interest as a reward for providing their funds for the loan. Woo! Sounds great, right? It is, but there are risks in this game. Check out our DeFi risk video so you know what to watch out for so that you can protect your funds and be a better bank for yourself.